So a few days ago, ironically around the time that everyone seemed to be getting their knickers in a twist about a piece of cloth at the back of the New England shirt, Scott Benton, Tory MP, resigned for lobbying. Now, like I say, it was reported on, but at the time people seemed to be more concerned about changing the colour of a flag. They said that it's unpatriotic, sacrilege, decimating the English flag. How dare you change the colour? The colour must not be changed whenever it's represented. Now, sadly, this sums up this country perfectly, that Nike changing the flag on an England kit trumps corrupt politicians in the news, because we've just come accustomed to it now, haven't we? Even the coverage we did get was more focusing on the headache that it was going to give Rishi Sunak by maybe losing another by-election. And this is the problem. It's just the norm now. How many Tory MPs have we got caught lobbying? Patrick Mercer, 2 grand backhander. Daniel Kozanski, 10 grand from Mongolia. And on the lines of foreign investment into UK political parties, the millions of Russian money invested in the Tories. And that's why it doesn't surprise me, sadly, that when another Tory MP gets caught on lobbying charges and resigns, the news is about the headache for Rishi Sunak and the possible another loss of a by-election. So going back to Scott Benton, he got caught in a sting by a journalist posing as a gambling company to take money for insider information on government policy to get a leg up on the competition against other gambling companies.
Would it be realistic to get advance sight of the white paper, for example, when it's sort of finally decided, or anything on those lines?
Probably. That would only be a number of days, so.
Okay, so that would still be useful for investment?
Yeah, for a bit of a defence site.
Absolutely, I could guarantee you would get that within 48 hours of publication.
What sort of, would you have a figure in mind? What sort of compensation would you be looking for?
I would leave that to you. I think that would be remiss of me to give you.
I mean, we were thinking probably in the range of £2,000 to £4,000 a month, but I don't know if that sounds in the right ballpark.
Yes,
for you.
Now, what I want to ask is the people of Blackpool South, he's an MP for Blackpool South, is this what you want your MP concerning their time with? Blackpool, a very, very deprived area of the country that needs a lot of attention and needs their MP focusing on what they need. But not only was he taking backhanders for lobbying, but he was taking it from the lowest of society, gambling companies. Gambling addiction ruins lives. It ruins families. There's even been many reports recently in the cost of living crisis of people turning to gambling to try and pay their bills. These guys do not need any help at all. You can't turn on Sky Sports without gambling companies advertising. 70% of 15 to 20-year-olds have seen advertising for gambling on their social media. These people are a leech on society. I've done a video recently where I talked about our towns and cities' high streets, and they've just turned into centres of addiction. What's left is vape stores, off licences, and your local Ladbrokes and gambling centre. The multi-billionaires of this world are not content with just taking all our money for our utility bills and our food and everything else. They want to hoover up the crumbs, and that's exactly what these companies do. Vape companies, gambling companies, any little bit of extra money that us down in the bottom have, all the crumbs, they'll come along and they'll hoover that up with getting you addicted to gambling, getting you addicted to vaping or alcohol. And Tory MPs like Scott Benton is enabling these people to do that. Media sources like Talk TV, GB News, newspapers like Daily Mail, The Sun, and even now many YouTubers want you guys obsessed with little bits of cloth on the back of the New England shirt, or maybe what race the next Little Mermaid is, or a street name being changed. All the time you're concerned about that, MPs like Scott Benton are enabling companies to hoover up the crumbs, getting everyone addicted to gambling, to vaping, to drinking, which is turning our towns and cities into boarded up hellholes of drug addiction, alcohol addiction and gambling addiction. So maybe next time you start getting outraged by what colour the England flag is on the back of the shirt, maybe think, is this really what I should be getting angry about? Is this what is causing all the problems in society? Is it the flag on the back of the England shirt? Is it who's playing the next Disney film? Or is it these pricks like Scott Benton that are enabling gambling companies to get richer and richer and hoover more profits up from the most vulnerable in society? If you like the video, click a like. If you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe up top. There'll be another video. Watch the other video. You might like it. Till next time, take care.
What sort of, and would you have a figure in mind? What sort of compensation would you be looking for?
I would leave that to you. I think that would be fine. We must have made to give.
I mean, we were thinking probably in the range of £2,000 to £4,000 a month, but I don't know if that sounds in the right ballpark.
Yes, I think that's